Imagine two people telling the same story. One bores you, the other makes you laugh or cry. What's different? The voice. Hi, I'm Andrea from Bibisco, the novel writing software downloaded by over 200,000 writers around the world to bring their stories to life. Today we are diving into one of the most powerful yet misunderstood aspects of writing, your narrative voice. Voice is your unique way of telling a story. It's what makes your words sound like you. Many writers confuse voice with style, but they are not the same thing. Style is about the mechanics, sentence structure, word choice, rhythm. Voice instead is your personality shining through on the page, the way only you can tell a story. Take this example. A humorous voice might say, "She tiptoed into room like a ninja," if ninjas wore squeaky shoes and tripped over rugs. A serious voice would say, "She moved silently through the room, each step deliberate, every sound like a potential risk." Same action, completely different feeling. That's the power of voice. One of the biggest traps for writers is trying to sound like someone else. It's natural to admire the sharp wit of Neil Gaiman or the timeless elegance of Jane Austen, but here's the truth. If that voice doesn't come naturally to you, it will feel forced. Your authentic voice isn't something you create, it's something you uncover. It's already there, shaped by your life experiences, your values, your sense of humor, your fears. It's the way you would tell a story to your best friend over coffee, raw, real, and unmistakably yours. Ask yourself, are you naturally witty and sarcastic? Then don't shy away from humor, even in a serious moment. It's part of who you are. Are you introspective and sensitive? Let the depth and vulnerability seep into your narrative. Authenticity isn't about trying to be everything. It's about being fully yourself on the page. Readers don't want perfection, they want connection. That's why books like The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger resonate so deeply. The voice of Holden Caulfield is so distinct, vulnerable, and real that it feels like a personal conversation. Another great example is Mark Twain. His voice is sharp, funny, and utterly fearless. He wasn't trying to sound like the authors of his time. He sounded like himself. That's why his work still feels alive more than a century later. But how do you find your authentic voice? Here is a quick exercise. Take a short scene you have written and read it aloud. Does it sound like you or does it sound like someone else? If it feels stiff, rewrite it as if you were texting a friend or telling the story out loud. You will notice your natural voice emerging, more direct, more honest, more alive. Authenticity is magnetic. When you stop trying to imitate someone else's voice and start trusting your own, your writing immediately becomes more compelling, more intimate, and infinitely more memorable. Now let's dive into another crucial aspect of voice, consistency. But before we get into it, if you are finding value in this video, take a second to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's a small gesture, but it makes a huge difference and helps me keep creating content like this for you. Consistency in your writing voice is like building a relationship with your readers. They want to trust you, to know that the voice guiding them through the story wouldn't suddenly switch personalities halfway through. Imagine reading a gripping mystery novel with a dark, intense tone, and then suddenly stumbling into a scene written like a goofy comedy sketch. It feels jarring. Now, let's be clear. Consistency doesn't mean monotony. Think about your favorite band. You can instantly recognize their sound, right? There's a signature to their music that keeps you coming back. But if every single song sounded exactly the same, you would get bored fast. A strong writing voice works the same way. It has a recognizable core, but it also allows enough variation to keep things fresh and engaging. Clichés like "as brave as a lion," "the calm before the storm," or "only time will tell" are enemy of a strong, authentic voice. Great writing is about making the familiar feel fresh and alive. A phrase like "cold as ice" has been used so often that it no longer creates a vivid image. Instead, dig deeper. How does your character truly experience the cold? You might write something like, "The air beat at her skin, creeping in like an unwanted guest." Suddenly, the cold feels alive and threatening. It's no longer a flat generic description, but a moment your readers can sense and almost feel on their skin. Avoiding clichés doesn't mean using complex or fancy words. It's not about showing off your vocabulary. It's about being specific, honest, and finding the words that reflect your unique voice. Here's another trick to avoid clichés. Pay attention to how you describe things in real life. A city street doesn't just feel busy. Maybe it's alive with the hum of car engines, the sharp scent of asphalt in the heat, and the overlapping conversation of people rushing past. Those details are yours, and when you write them, readers feel something tangible and fresh. Finding your voice can feel overwhelming, especially when you are staring at the blank page and wondering what makes your words truly yours. That's where the right tools like Bibisco can make all the difference. A good writing tool isn't just about organizing chapters or tracking story arcs. It's about helping you uncover what's unique in your storytelling. Bibisco guides you step by step, encouraging you to explore your characters' deepest fears, desires, and contradictions. As you build these detailed characters' profiles, your voice naturally emerges because you are no longer writing from the surface. You are writing from a place of understanding and authenticity. The software also helps you map out your world and setting with clarity, which gives your narration a consistent tone and a stronger sense of purpose. Layer by layer, you see your story grow, and with each step, you gain confidence. And when you write with confidence, your voice becomes clearer, more personal, and unmistakably yours. That's all for today, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember, anyone can write a story, but only you can tell it with your voice.